I was out in the Seattle area and I was working. I believed in God and I knew that there was a God, but he didn't really have anything to do with me. He was just out there and I was here, and he just had these rules, and you can follow the rules and be cool with God, or you can not. And I basically only believed that there was a God, and I didn't know that he really talked to you or anything like that. And for a few days now, I was just clamping these cabinets. I felt like God was telling me, I want you to because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was like, take 6 months out of your life and find me and do 6 months of mission work. That's the best way that I could describe it. So yeah, I was out there and I was working, and he just said I was just sitting there, and it just 6 months of missions, 6 months in missions, come and find me and come and find who I am, and I'm gonna lead you, because I had done all this stuff in my life and I was just kind of doing it for me and doing it my way, and I just got so worn down and beat down, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's so hard to say, okay, God, you take control, but it's hard to explain how he said that to me, other than I knew it was God, because it wasn't me. I talked to my parents and they were all for it. They were really excited, and I had no idea what I was going to do. I was just looking for, where can I go volunteer for 6 months, for free or whatever. I didn't even think about learning about God. I was just getting his presence kind of, and I knew he had something for me. The relationship, God's a relationship. God's not following rules. I mean it is, but you do that because you love him. Right. And so yeah, so she found the YWAM thing, and I was like, all right, I don't know what it is. I don't know any specifics about what I'm supposed to do, but that sounds good. So she found the Denver website, which it was a really nice website with all this stuff on it, and she just kept on saying, oh, the Denver one looks good, the Denver one looks good. So I was like, all right, I'm going to Denver. We went into this village where Burmese refugees, because there was persecution in Burma, and stay there in Burma and be slaves, or cross the border to Thailand and kind of just make it on your own, bamboo huts and just living by the stream, and that kind of thing. And they had a school there where this guy, his name's Lon, we went with him. He was the only white guy that I've ever seen, basically. And so it was crazy, when you brought 12 of us, about 12 of us in there, these white kids, and it was pretty crazy. And we just basically we did some construction type stuff. We taught them some basic English type stuff, and we just loved on them. And God's called me to be on staff there, and I made a year commitment. So mid-February I'm going out there, and I'll be there till next March. And I had a couple people kind of prophesy over me, the next thing you're gonna do is foundational, and a guy that didn't even know me, that I know now and I'm friends with now, but he kind of said that. And then there was a bunch of random people that said that, and then friends were like, hey, I was just in church and I really thought I should call you and tell you that you should do the SBF or whatever. And there's just so many things that led to it, and so I ended up doing that. And I felt God really called me to that, and I think he spoke to me that time through other people. When I kind of was having a hard time out before I went to YWAM, I was talking to my parents a little bit, and I think even a couple times I was on the verge of crying, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. I was in kind of a bad place, and I know that a lot of people at the church prayed for me and stuff like that, and they had prayed for me and were praying for me, and yeah, I think the prayer had a lot to do with it. And I think that just when you pray, it releases all the stuff in the spiritual realm, and when we pray, we release what God wants to do on earth. So I think when people pray for somebody, it does something. I don't know how much, and the more people that pray, it just multiplies it. So I think the prayers really did help a lot, and that brought me to you know, I think that released God to just like totally blow up my world and take me in a new direction, in a better direction. And so yeah, I just want to thank everybody in the church that's ever prayed for me, that's prayed for me in the last year, basically my whole life. Yeah, basically like saved my life.